The quarterback who could benefit the most from a Super Bowl win of the Final Four is who?
Well, I mean, I think that conversation is between Mahomes and Rodgers right off the bat. You know, the thing I look at here, I think I'm ultimately going to say Aaron Rodgers here. Obviously, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, I think this would catapult him into, he has a chance to be really, really special and win a lot of Super Bowls if he can do it in his second year starting. But he also has a lot of years left in his career to do this as well. Where Aaron Rodgers, I think, we get down here, we're to the end. At least it's coming to the end. We're on the slope downward. And yeah, he's only been to one Super Bowl. I hold him in very, very high regard. I think anybody that's watched football realizes he's certainly one of the all-time greats. And to get into I've been to his 2 Super Bowls and and have a chance to win a second Super Bowl, I think brings him into a different stratosphere and maybe silences some of the haters of the world who don't think Rodgers is as good as I do or maybe some people around the NFL.
I thought Ryan Tannehill has the most to gain because he was forgotten. He was a backup,
Sure.
and maybe he's another Nick Foles waiting to happen. Rodgers, to me, if he wins 2, now he goes into a different stratosphere. Now you can make a legitimate argument that he's the second best quarterback of all time. Brady is still going to be number 1, but he would at least be in the conversation, even though you got guys who have more Super Bowls than him. I think Mahomes winning 1 would put him into the Russell Wilson category of young quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo would be in that too. Jimmy Garoppolo would be more like Russell Wilson because, it's a defensive-minded team that he's on. He's not necessarily asked to be the star. At least Russ wasn't back then. He is now. But I see Garoppolo maybe a parallel to become Russell Wilson if he would win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I could see that certainly. I mean, hey, to win a Super Bowl early in your career, you literally look at the guys who are, considered the all-time greats. They all did that. Whether that's Montana, Brady, Terry Bradshaw, Russell Wilson, it is a huge thing. And, you might say, well, why is it so huge? Because it takes the pressure off the situation if you're that franchise quarterback, right? You just go, man, I've proved it in year 2 or year 3. I played in the hardest situation, circumstance you could possibly play. So from there on out, you got the confidence, one, to go, okay, I've already known I've passed the toughest test in, the NFL, which is winning a Super Bowl. So it doesn't get any harder than that. And then also it gives you almost some freedom as a young player because you go, yeah, I've already won it. So I can let it fly the next time I'm in an AFC championship game and not worry about like, oh, gosh, I got to protect the ball and my legacy and I got to try to get to the Super Bowl. And I think those are great advantages for the quarterbacks who do win it at an early stage. None of them are wrong. You're right. And Tannehill, I think, is above Nick Foles as far as, to your point, maybe it's that story, but I think he's got more talent than a Nick Foles. I think Tannehill is a borderline franchise-type guy. I think Tennessee's seeing that, and I would kind of be surprised if they don't sign him to some sort of long-term deal after this year is over, no matter what happens this weekend on Sunday.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV, stream for free on BR Live, or download the Dan Patrick Show app.